Now we are going to learn about the next building block of C++, which is variable and constant. Variable and constant are both named memory location and commonly known as identifier. That is, giving your data element an easy to understandable or easy to remember name for its easy identification inside the program. You must declare a variable or constant before using it in C++ program. Also, you should not have any conflicting variable or constant name in your code. That is, you cannot declare the same variable twice inside your program. Also, it is recommended that you should use some meaningful name for variable and constant for the better readability of the program and for better understandability of the program. Here in this slide, you can see the general syntax of a variable and constant declaration. So a variable declaration is preceded by the data type, that is the type of value it is going to store inside it. And also it may have an optional initial value following an assignment operator or an equals symbol. For example, in here, I have declared a variable whose name is avar. The data type of avar is int, and I have stored 0 as an initial value inside this variable avar. However, you can choose not to initialize this variable, like this example. The general syntax of constant declaration is almost similar as variable declaration, like it is also preceded by the data type, like which type of data it is going to store. However, in the beginning of the constant declaration, you must use the keyword called const, C-O-N-S-T. And in the end, you must initialize the value of the constant. It is mandatory. So in this example, as you can see, here is a constant declaration. The name of the constant is a const. The type of the constant is int. The line begin with keyword const. And finally, there is a value 20 have been stored inside that constant. When you are going to declare variable or constant, you must remember some rule. The first rule is variable or constant name can have number somewhere in the middle or end, but it cannot start with a number. For example, A8B or AB8 are both valid names, however, 8AB is not. The second rule, variable or constant name cannot have any special character other than underscore. So A_B is valid. However, A@B is not a valid variable name. The third thing that you need to remember that variable or constant name are case sensitive in nature. That is, the variable name age with small case a is different from age with capital case. So you have to be very careful when utilizing it. It is a very common mistake for programmers, this case related error. This slide is basically showing you an example of variables. As the name suggests, the value inside a variable can be modified inside a program. That is, it can vary. As you can see in this example, I have a variable named age of type int, and the initial value of the variable is 10. However, at this point of program, I have changed the value of age to 20. Similarly, for all the other variables, they all have some kind of initial value based on their data type. But at this point of program, I have changed them all. However, when you are going to use constant, you must remember the value inside a constant cannot be modified. And if you try to modify the value inside a constant, your program will result in an error.